Hi, how are you? It's Sue Maddox from maddoxcreations.com back with you for the weekly update with slightly better hair today. So I'm running a little bit later again today. My Monday mornings keep seeming to fill up. I hope you've had a fabulous weekend and all set, ready to jump into, well, term 4 for us. The kids were back at school today and I'm back at work tomorrow. So it's that end of holidays moment. Always a busy term, this one, isn't it? I've got a bunch of cards to share with you today, and yeah, just the latest news from Stamping Up and all things crafty. So first bit of news, the first of my technique videos is up on my website or on my YouTube channel if you'd like to have a look at that and find out how to do the faux silk technique. So that's the one that we used on this card. Yeah, I'm hoping, so each month I do classes and we do a different technique each month, so hoping to do a video each month to share for those people who can't make it to an in-person class, so we can do a class via video instead. What else is news? We've got some Stamparatus accessories that are available now. If you've got a Stamparatus and you're keen to add a few little bells and whistles to it, here's a few things that you can get. So you can get some spares of some of our different things. So we've got our foam mats here. Oh, where's my camera gone? Over here somewhere. So spare foam mats, if you've lost yours or you just need a replacement or it's got a bit grubby or something like that, you can get those now. You can get spares of the plates. So a little spare pair of plates. Mine's got my reindeer all ready to go for class this month. So spare set of plates. It's handy just to have another set of these around if you want to keep something mounted up that you're doing a bit of a production line of. It means you've got a spare pair that you can use for your everyday stamping, or just in case they get broken, or if your craft room's anything like mine, they get buried under a pile of things. So spare plates are there as well. Your magnets. Where's my magnet gone? You can get some spare magnets if you happen to lose or break your magnets. Remember to keep those away from each other, so you get a pair with your Stamparatus. They are quite brittle, they're really strong, they're great magnets, but yeah, handy to be able to get replacements if you happen to break yours. I've got a little bit of washi tape wrapped around mine just to help pick it up or slide it along. The other thing you can get, and I haven't got mine yet so I can't show you, but it's some grid paper, a little pad of grid paper that's sized just to fit the top of that Stamparatus plate. So it's got the little grids like you have on our larger grid paper. So inches on one side and centimeters on the other. So that's quite handy. You can mark in the little position that you're starting your little cardboard piece that you're popping down, things like that. So that's another handy thing. So you'll find all of those in my online store in the Stamparatus section if you need any other little bits and pieces there for your Stamparatus. What else have we got? So I've got a few vacancies for classes this month. We're doing the faux linen technique. So I've been off to Bunnings and I've got a big bag full of these little sanding blocks. So your class fee this month will include a sanding block you can take home and try this technique at home as well. So I've got space left this Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. and then there's also this Friday's full, but the following Friday at 10 o'clock has got a few spots left. So if you're hoping to catch a class, if you're in anywhere near Avondale Heights in Melbourne's West, we'd love to welcome some new faces as well, or some regulars that we haven't seen for a while. What else have we got for news? I think we're ready to get stuck into some cards. So today's cards has been brought to you by my desk tidy up. So I'd cleared a bit of a space in the top of my desk, but I've just been gradually working my way around the back of it and cleaning out all the junk that had sort of accumulated there in the background. And so I made a bunch of cards yesterday that were just the use up all the bits and pieces that were on the desk type of cards. So let's have a little look at the desk. So we've got, I had a few of these little caddy things with all pens and bits and pieces in it. Now this one was a bit of a boring, just wood one that I bought. I think I bought this about 5 years ago, meaning to decorate it, and it's just been sitting there undecorated. So we finally managed to add some nice Petal Promenade paper, my favourite DSP, to it, with some little copper trim washi tape around the top and the bottom. Now I'm not sure about this one. this was another caddy that I had floating around, just looked like this, and I blinged it up. I don't know, I think I might keep this on my desk. It can be my reminder of, yeah, less is more sometimes with the bling. So I'm not sure if I really like that one, but anyway, it does catch your eye. And I've got my most frequently used little bits in here. So I've got my Tombow glue, my take your pick tool, and Wink of Stella. I'm always looking for this. It always seems to disappear. So I thought I'll keep those three in there, nice and to hand. Now, I don't know about you, I always end up with all little bits and pieces. So I've got a little caddy here. It was full of junk. Now it's full of some little little bits and bobs, you know, things that you've got left over, some leftover DSP or some little leftover stamped things. So I'm gradually trying to make my way along when I'm at the craft desk and use up some of these little bits and pieces. The other one I've got, and I love this little bowl because John made this with his wood turning equipment. So I've got this, and this is got all those little things, so little stamped greetings and just odds and ends, a couple of Christmas trees in there. So we'll see if we can get as many of these as possible on to a card in the next little bit of time. Hi Mary, hi Tina, great to see you. Thanks for joining me. All right, let's see if I can work my technology magic here and get let's see if we can do this. Oh, yeah, we can. All right, let's show some cards. So first one we've got up here, this was using, I had a whole bunch of different little faux silk pieces left over from class where I demonstrated it. I think I ran 4 classes, so we had 4 different demonstrations there. So I've been chopping them up and just popping them onto some different cards. And here's were a few of my little scraps that I had left in that little bowl. So some nice champagne foil paper there that was cut nicely, handily cut into circles. And this is another one, yeah, I just love this. I think it's called Frosted Floral, this DSP. It's got a little bit of a shine to it. So it was quite handy. That matched one of the colours in my card. So, and so did the greeting. So that was, I think it was meant to be. So nice little one there. Okay, another little, I had a whole bunch of these card bases with the wood grain DSP. I must have been making a big production line of those at some stage and had some left over. So I thought this sort of matched a little bit more of a plainer background. And I think these little wood things, they're not current. They're not in, I had a bit of a look to see if I could find them. I think they're left over from a kit. I think it was a Christmas tag kit or something like that. So I thought that was nice. We do have some little wooden elements frames, I think, in the catalogue with some other different shapes. Now, just a little note about just a note, but just about stamping on that. I used well, actually the first time I did it, I used the Memento ink, and it sort of bled a little bit, so it went a little bit, yeah, it didn't look so good. So we tried it again with the StazOn, and that was much better. It kept much better. If you're stamping on different surfaces and things like that, StazOn is your bet. Now, if you're using StazOn, I quite often, if you clean it straight away, you can usually get it off just with your regular cleaner, but it is handy if you do have StazOn to just grab yourself some StazOn cleaner, just because it will stain your stamp. So just to get that off, this has got a little, what do you call, a little sponge top thing in the front, so you can just, yeah, give it a little clean. But handy ink, that one, if you are stamping onto plastic or acrylic or anything like that, glass. It'll go on lots of different surfaces. Okay, what else have we got here? While I had that green paper out, another little offcut, and this butterfly's been floating around on my desk for ages. I've been meaning to, I keep trying it on things and it just didn't quite fit. So in the end I had to just make something just for the butterflies that's cut out of the Dazzling Diamonds glimmer paper. And then on that shiny sort of paper there, the StazOn again was quite good just to keep that greeting nice and clear. And I had a whole bunch of these, I forget what that embossing folder is called, but yeah, so that was good. I've been using the foil a lot lately. I think probably because I've got a packet of mixed foils just sitting down beside my desk, so it's just easy to reach out and grab it. So it just adds a nice little metallic touch there. Now, if I was smart with this one, I would have cut something out of the middle of that foil before I stuck it down, but I was in a bit of a hurry, so I didn't. But I usually like to make better use of it and cut a couple of words or cut another butterfly or something out ready for the next card, just so that we don't waste anything there. Now, Lucky Last today, a bit of a different style. I had another another wood grain from the Wood Textures DSP, and I had a blue Amazing that didn't match with anything else I had floating around on the desk, so we put that together. And this one, I was trying to find a stamp. So I thought I had a stamp somewhere that said "You Are," but I thought we'll just go with the letters. Now the teacher in me doesn't really like that not being fully spelt out, but anyway, we managed. Now I just need to pick which amazing person to send it to. The little alphabet there is the labeler alphabet, so it's quite a good one if you need to. I've used this on quite a few cards. It's a little bit fiddly because there's all those little teeny bits, but yeah, quite handy I find. And you've got the two different styles of alphabet that you can sort of mix and match. So one that's in the little frame there, and one that's by itself. Looks a bit like a one of those little clicky clacky labelers that I still like to play with those. Okay, I think I stamped the U crooked, so I had to stamp him on another one and then stick it on, and I actually like that effect better anyway, so it was lucky the first one came out a bit crooked. Yeah, I like the blue as well on the wood. It's a little bit sticky there because I've stuck it with glue dots, so I think I need to I might need to stick down a couple of other little ends there, I think. Okay, I think that's about it from me this week. I've got some more videos on their way on my YouTube channel. If you can't find that, you'll find them on my website in the videos section. I'm sort of saving them all there so I don't lose them. So keep an eye out. We've got a few alternatives for anyone who caught that faux silk video the other day. We've got, where am I? Here we go. I've got, yeah, a few different variations on that. So while we've got the good hair, we might try and knock that off this afternoon before I mess my hair up when I get my hands on it with the hairdryer. Okay, I hope that you have a fabulous week. I hope if you're back to school this week in your household, I hope it's a bit of a crunch, I think, having the daylight saving change. It should be banned, I think, to have that just in that first week back to school. Last week would have been much more civilized, but anyway, we made it. We got up this morning, and not long till Friday now. Not that we're counting down at all. All right, I think I'm prattling now. I've been Sue Maddox from maddoxcreations.com. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll catch you again next week. Thank you. Bye.